America from Haiti, which we had a name for it in Creole. But it wasn't until I came to America that, I got really tested, blood works, and found out I had the whole, sickle cell disease. From then on, came out, did my first, literally right when I got off the plane, like, cause we end up in Connecticut, tropical, and once that happened, boom. And I did first time did 3 months, and it just went from there. Started getting help. That's my experience as a child. Childhood was pretty good, I guess. Little, well, not little, in and out of the hospital. Till about high school, got older, move out. Then been on my own. Back then I didn't really pay attention to that.
Okay.
It's now that I'm older, and I know my body more. I know, hey, I'm gonna go outside, check the temperature, stuff like that. So I'm more, aware of it. But back then, I didn't have no idea. And it's more so after more of my own studies, my own research, that I found out it was more so. It was just at a point in my life, as I started getting older, I was getting more from, I love reading, so by reading more, and it was one day I have a friend of mine that was like, man, you gotta know your body, he was telling me your body's like a car, you gotta know, but, and then from then on, I was just like, and he was telling me, man, I could get a headache, man, I know why I get it, but, you should. But in my mind, I was always think like, man, I'm different from you. I got sickle cell. But when I actually started to do that, I got more into my body. And if I have, at the end of the day, if I have anything I could say about sickle cell, is learn yourself first. It had to be a mental thing with me. Because my biggest fear, like I said, when I first came to America, after diagnosis, they told me at 10 I was gonna die. So that kind of affected me for a good little amount of time. Get to 15, they told me, hey, once you get to 15, you're gonna die. 21, you're gonna die. I'm turning 35, is it next month? So it really got, into, wanting to be selfless and, reaching out and actually asking for help. And I met Chris, and if I'm the man I am today, I could actually say it. It's because like the Sickle Cell Foundation actually helped me to where financially putting me in to be stable, because that is one thing I could say. There's certain things, we all grew up different, but that I could say, like, financially, that in our black community, that's something that's doing a lot of devastation. It's hard, getting the healthcare and stuff like that. But till I met Chris, telling me more resources, more, there's people out there that actually wants to help. Like, you're not alone. We all have different cultures, different backgrounds, and I'm not saying my people didn't love me, but as a younger age, I raised myself, so it wasn't until later on in life to where even now at my age, I could say, now I could start understanding what success is, and actually, if you could find somebody, I don't care what it is, just somebody you could talk to that could understand when you talk about pain or when you certain things that you want to do in life. A mother, friend, it doesn't matter. Me becoming a man, Chris was the man that, after I did all my health stuff, I had problems financial, and when I came to the Sickle Cell Foundation, he helped me out, like on every sense. Actually speaking out about it. To say I'm out of my element, you know. But it's more say I'm just hoping like somebody could see this and you know, I know what you're feeling. I know for me to be saying what I'm saying here, like there's a little saying in my language, you know, don't rush things. Your time, if you think you're going, if you're living low, man, there's a up. There's a up. It's a natural thing. So, like, if you could learn anything from me, it's eventually, man, find somebody to talk to. Like, find somebody to talk to. Open up to somebody. Like, that was one of my biggest things. Like, hey, man, you're not going through the pain that I'm going through. And at the end of the day, everybody's human. You could have some type of other form of pain or some type of, and that was my biggest thing, you know.
Is there any advice you would want to share with healthcare professionals as a way to support you better?
Man, I love them.
That's good. Yeah, just, you know, it's a question not really asked often because you have to experience it. So
that's one thing I can tell you. I've never met a bad nurse. I've never met not in my I have some of the nurse, you know, I'm not so close with my mother or father. I had some of the nurse that become like literally like love me, like, you know, that was like my mother from when I'm getting operations to, and it doesn't matter the color. So I know some of the nurses be like, oh, the sickle cell patients be like angry, be mad, and you know, it's something you got to learn to overcome, you know. Once you come to, all I can say, I appreciate life. They listen to me to where, like, you know, say I'm in pain. I'm lucky. I got to go different places. I love traveling. I get to travel, and that's one was one of my fears. Is that, man, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna go get sick. Now I don't care that it's happened. That's one of the fears I got over, but that used to be one of my fears. And it doesn't matter where I go, I always find good nurses, good doctors, so that
it goes back to what you said earlier, that mind, getting past how you think in your mind, your body will follow.
You know, your body, it does follow. I've met a lot of great doctors, nurses. That I can't lie. Like, I really do think like the nurses, like the personal ones that I know, you know, reach out, hey, well, appreciate it. That was number one for me. You know, if you was talking about health, if you was talking about a cure, if you was talking, like, I was willing to listen. First thing I had to do for myself was reset my mind. You know, to everything I said I didn't like, it's, you know, the untrained. So, that I really went, I'm not gonna say I'm no Rasta or nothing like that, but I love their culture from how they eat, and that's one thing that really helped me out. You know, learning how to eat was really one of them. Like, learning how to eat and drink water. You know, or not, like I said, really learning the body. So my biggest thing was, me for myself, I use YouTube a lot, was learning the human anatomy, so the human body. So once I did that, so for me, for myself, I had to learn me. So after that, it became the diets. I like fasting. That's a lot of things they said us sickle cell people can't do. You know, there's a lot of them. So if you sitting there and sitting in that can't do, my fear, my mental illness was never my sickle cell. My mental illness was when I came to America, they told me I was gonna die. My fear was getting over. It's every time I'm waiting. But it never, to where even if I'm not successful in life, that was my mental illness. And what I'm trying to tell, if anybody is listening or hear this, is nobody, to give you a limit, to give you a time frame to. That's what I had to learn. Like, not nobody, not the doctors. I appreciate them and everything, but you can't tell me how long I have. Like, that's the biggest thing I had to learn. And once I learned that, everything in life just, you know, from eating to, those are the little things. I'm like, okay, I wake up, I know you might not like breakfast, but I know if I have a banana, it's gonna be something for me, you know. So that was my biggest thing. Then I went to, I'm heavy on fruits. I'm from the Caribbean. I love my Haitian food. I love food in general because I'm a cook. Basically, I went to nutrition, find this different, you know, if somebody's telling me, hey, some type of tea, like, I'm huge on those, you know, and self-love.
Self-love.
Self-love, like,
That's awesome.
Can't remember the last time I've been sick. I'm talking about going 4 or 5 years, you know. I know some of us, they're supposed to have things in our, you know, we have a lot of, I'm an example.
You know yourself, and then you didn't put limits on your health
limit
and what you can do day to day.
And if you can try to find older people that you know that has, you know, I'm finding out, man, I'm learning these people 73, 90 something with not the trait, full-blown disease, you know. And biggest thing is, like, in life, you're gonna have everyday problems. If you don't have no problem in life, you're not living. If you don't, and it's just, like I said, you just gotta know your little obstacle. My biggest thing is finding people you could relate, not just relate, people to talk to, period. Like, it's just, it doesn't, you don't have to be friends with somebody just over pain. They got problems. If you don't have no problem in life, you're not living. If you don't, and it's just, like I said, you just gotta know your little obstacle and actually tell somebody, hey, I know what you're going through. Like, it's
them seeing you may help them build the courage to,
you know,
to shift whatever they need. So
and that's the biggest thing I say, you know. Yeah, it's, you get the little body aches and stuff like that. There's, you know, there's factual things, you know, it's that, you know, that your body's gonna go through, but just gotta live. And I'm saying there's people 73, 90, I was doing research, it's got us like 90 something, living a full life, you know, and it's out there. It's out there. If you want that life, it's out there.